welcome along to episode 6 of this FM21 Build a Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. Those of you that were here in the last episode will know exactly what we're back for today. It is our first cup final and our first chance at silverware, and remarkably, we're the favourites. As a second tier side, we're coming up against a team from the equivalent Southern Division, that team Llantwit Major, so we're hoping we can get the victory over them and get the job done. According to the pre-match press conference, we're heavy favourites. We're also playing at Rodney Parade, which if I'm not mistaken is the home of Newport County. It is, so it'll be interesting to see how that pitch weighs up. I can see it's quite a wide pitch, which is a problem for us because we obviously play very narrow. We've got some more transfer news to go through as well after that brilliant win against the New Saints, and we'll be hoping we can get our first bit of silverware in the cabinet. We could do with the 10 grand of prize money as well. So if you are looking forward to this first cup final and plenty of transfer action as well, please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for alerts as daily FM21 content releases on the channel. We rotate every day at 3:30 between this and the head coach, our other long-term story, and 5:30 every weekday this week. We've got our beta stream with Wigan Athletic. So please do come along and join us whenever you can, and thank you again for your incredible support. But today, the attention's back to Bangor City. We've only been away 10 days, but there's transfer news aplenty. So let's have a look at what's been going on. We've got one potential in, not much in potential outs at the moment. We've rejected offers for Ziccarelli and for Placeres. They're both going to be crucial backups for now. Mayo, we're still devastated that he's going, but we can't do much about it now. In terms of the ins, they're having a look at a striker, Terrell Hamilton. Now, it's the director of football who'd organised this. The Marc-Antoine Fortuné one fell through. He failed his work permit, and he'd offered him an 18-month deal, which I wasn't a keen fan of either. So we're just waiting for the scout report of this guy, because on paper he looks very good. And if the scout report's good, I think we'll have him in as well. We've freed up loads of the wage budget, and we're trying to protect the finances. So next season, we've got plenty to look forward to. There's no more ins just yet, but there have been 3 outs that have left the club. So firstly, Nicolas De Stefanis, he has gone out to Argentina. He's gone back to the 4th tier in his native land, but ironically, there's still a higher reputation side and a professional side as well. He's already played 2 games there. Didn't feature in the league for us this season, but did play in 5 cup games and did really well. So a really good servant. We've got nothing against the people who are leaving. We wish them the very best. And then, don't get too jealous, we got a whole £1 for Iridian Dida. The Albanian went over to Italy. He's playing in the 3rd or 4th tier? The 3rd tier. And we got a whole £1 for him. It's incredible, really, isn't it? He played 3 league games for us. Played quite a few in the cups as well. 5 games, 4 of them starts. And picked up an assist too. Again, a good pro. Was hampered by injuries. Probably would have played a few more games off the bench. But he's moved on to Italy. And we wish him the best for the future. Again, our first sale for a transfer fee, technically. But it was followed up by a much better one. Nearly £1,000 for Mariano Barafaldi. The man who started the season as first choice keeper is the highest paid player at the club, or was at the time, and still would have been now. He's gone to play in League One as Northampton's backup. I presume behind Jonathan Mitchell, a former hero with Macclesfield for us. He went there in the summer. But he played 13 games for us, only conceded 7 goals, kept 8 clean sheets in the league. But he got replaced by Zabret and he was earning less of a wage. He was twice as good, he had long-term injury, and Barafaldi's on his bike. He also didn't want to sign a new deal, so what was the point in keeping him? He's gone to Northampton. Who is the first choice there? I'm just checking I'm right. I forgot Alan Sheehan went there as well, a former Luton legend. Really good experienced pro. Chris Lines is on a transfer list there, another man we've spoken to on the podcast before, a really nice bloke. And Fraser Horsfall, a former hero for us at Macclesfield again. But it's actually Steve Arnold, the first choice keeper there, so I'm not quite sure what's happened to Jonathan Mitchell. I'm now going to have to go on a little explore. It's almost like we're in a live stream this. He is on loan from Derby. He's played every game, so why is he not in the lineup for that one? Have they had a cup game perhaps? Oh, he's injured. There we go. He's out with a broken lower arm. That is a big loss for them because he's a fantastic pro. But Barafaldi's there. He's their 3rd choice keeper in normal circumstances, and at the moment he's promoted to 2nd. So we could have one new signing up front in January. If that guy comes in, Hamilton, we will then sell Ziccarelli. He's definitely going at the end of the year. He's unhappy at the club, so there's no point in us keeping him yet again. We'll try and extend Dante Isla, but I'm not sure just yet. He seems a little bit cagey, and he wants a bit too much money, quite frankly. So let's go and have a look at the schedule, just the one game that we played off camera. And again, we didn't concede. We managed to get a 2-0 win at home with Fanny Ann scoring both goals. We rotated quite heavily here, as you can see. The likes of Healy, Isla, Wells made his first start, as did Ericsson. We brought in Kennedy Williams, that was enforced at left back. And then we rested Mello later in the game. It's the same for Malden and for Fanny Ann, who was unhappy we took him off on a hat-trick, rather predictably. But that leads us into this League Cup final against Llantwit Major. They've got some very good players on paper, but they're 14th in the Southern Tier in a relegation block. Only got 18 points from 18 games. They've got one brilliant young Welsh striker. He's only scored 6 goals in the league for them, but has scored 11 in 4 games in this competition. So he's certainly the one to watch. Is there anyone else we recognise in that team? They've got a cup-tied player who was a star, but I think it's very clear to see from both the contracts, the wages, and the agreed playing time that he is their big man. Cullen Kinsella's the other one rated a star player, a young striker who's not quite as good, but is still a very good player. So it's certainly going to be a test. It's not a walkover by any means, but we would expect to be winning this game. It's Bangor City v Llantwit Major. Let's have a look at the 11 we've gone for. This is the squad for the cup final then, and I'm going to take a bit of a gamble. No goalkeeper on the bench. I never do it for the usual league games, but for a cup final I normally would. I'm not going to do it today though. The tracksuit manager's sticking with the left back, the 2 centre midfielders, the forward and the centre half. Bolton's just back from injury and he's not match sharp yet, so it is potentially a bit of a risk because he's going to start and might waste one of the subs. But I've got faith Zabret's not going to get injured and we'll be able to get through this one. So after rotating last weekend in the league, we are back to our first choice 11 for today. The new signings have to make do with a place on the bench again as we go back to the tried and tested as we go into the final. So we've got Zabret in goal, now rated 5-star ability, already improving off the pitch. Ted Malden, even in the 10 days we've been away, has improved significantly in training. He knows no bounds to his reputation limits. I think he's going to be a real star. I honestly think he can be with us in 3 or 4 years when we've got great players in. He's alongside Cook again today with Bolton and Moore the fullbacks. Garcia back in that holding role. It's been a real steady Eddie for us this season, although he's probably not the best at the club now, with Ben Wells coming in particular. Atkinson alongside Boot in midfield. Boot back to full fitness after 2 or 3 games back to back. Mello in the number 10 role. And Fanny Ann alongside Chris O'Grady, who's back after a 10-day rest. Can we beat this side in the final? If we lose it after getting through against TNS, it would be heartbreaking. Don't forget the penalties against Newtown as well. We've beaten 2 top-tier sides to get here. And we now face fellow second-tier opposition in the League Cup final. Let's go and get into it and see if we can win our first trophy with Bangor City. Here are the team sheets then, and most importantly, as you expected, Blatchford is up front and captains the visitors, or the opposition I should say. We're at a neutral ground. As we go to Rodney Parade, let's see how we get on. So the assistant recommends that we ask them to go and impress us. We'll do that and we'll try and G them up a bit as well. Absolutely no reaction. Are they going to be nervy? That's the only thing I worry about. I love this little section. It's almost like the warm-up when you see it on TV, when the teams are walking out and they're going through it. It's just a shame you haven't got the commentary to go with it. But a fantastic start. We're here for the final. And it is going to be a massive day for Bangor City. Redemption, a chance to get back to the top tier, and a chance to get a trophy along the way. As Malden gets the ball at a free kick on around the halfway line, out to Moore the right back via Boots. Moore's got space to run into here. It looks like they're matching us up. Narrow diamond. Certainly looks it from the shape they've got. As Moore goes to Garcia, over to Fanny Ann. Oh, it's a great volley, and he's got very, very lucky. Less than 3 minutes on the clock and we lead. Fanny Ann's volley, it was brilliant technique to get it away. Rattles off the post, and Davis had already dived down to his right. It came back off the post, hit the back of his head, and in it goes to the back of the net. Unfortunate for our opponents, but we lead 1-0, and we're coming forward again with Moore. Crosses from the right, and Davis claims well. Can he recover from that bit of misfortune at the start? We expect there to be highlights. We expect to be on the front foot. We didn't expect to have the formation match. But if they haven't played it before, this could benefit us. As the long ball finds O'Grady, he's in 1-on-1, and he does make the mistake this time. I was already prepared to say he doesn't make the mistake, because he's so clinical normally. But unfortunately this time straight at the keeper. The corner's headed away. It finds Garcia on the left. He's got time on the ball, and Atkinson keeps it. They cannot get out their own half, and O'Grady's in again, and this time it's a much better save from Davis. A good effort from O'Grady, but that's 2 good chances he's missed. and he's going to get the ball here from an attacking throw. It's relentless pressure. The ball into Fanian. He looked offside. Nothing given though, and he lays in Melo, the attacking midfielder. The Brazilian might be on his way out in the summer, but he is still a superstar for us at the moment. And with a quarter of an hour on the clock in the final, we lead 2-0 at Rodney Parade, and a League Cup trophy is almost certainly ours already. And our opponents have got a throw in at right back, and it's given straight away to Melo. He's in 1-on-1. It's a great save from Davis. He's already made 3 brilliant saves. It could be 4 or 5 in truth. 25 gone. We have to be happy with 2. But we have been utterly dominant. We've been fantastic. Over 2/3 possession. Over 10 shots on goal. And Moore's got it again on the right. Delivers in towards O'Grady. At the back stick, bit of an acute angle. Crosses in again though, and Nash hoofs clear. Only finds Malden, stops it going into his own half, and finds Moore on the right wing. Lovely cross to O'Grady. It's just blocked by the defender. And he's out for a corner kick. It's going to be an outswinger from Melo. And he's got a chance to find plenty of big bodies in the box. Up to the back stick, headed away by the opposition. Garcia will recycle it again. Already done that 3 or 4 times today. Finds Moore on halfway and it peters out. But 14 shots, 7 on target, 69% possession. It has been a brilliant display in the first half, and we lead 2-0 here at half time. The expected goals chart tells you the story, and for once we're matching it. We're expecting nearly 2 goals, we've got 2. We're expected to concede none, we've conceded none. We're going to tell the lads to keep it up, they all look inspired. And what we'd really like to do now, as much as it wouldn't be great for Llantwit Major, is go and make a big statement. Let's see if we can do it in the second half. We've got a free kick on the left with Melo and another advanced position into Cook at the back stick. He is completely unmarked. It almost looked like they were going zonal there. I wouldn't have thought they are because from the set pieces from the corners, they were marking man to man. But it's an easy header and Cook makes it 3. Might well lose his place in the team soon to Eriksson. But for now, he's going to be part of a big match-winning display. Now, Boot is back from injury. He's played 3 or 4 in a row now. So I'm just going to substitute him for Healy. In fact, we'll go to the tactics screen so we can switch them round. Atkinson on the right, Healy on the left. I'm also going to take Garcia off on the booking for Wells. No need to take a risk there. And I think we'll leave the last one 5 more minutes. I'm tempted to rest Bolton because he's tired. Malden is really in a bad way, certainly physically anyway, but I'd rather rest him in the league game than this one. So let's just take Bolton off. I know it means Eriksson doesn't get on, but Tyrese Kennedy-Williams will be onto the pitch. And with 15 to go, it's essentially game over. We've got a goal kick to face from Llantwit. Long ball forward from Davis, who obviously started this whole day off with that misfortune. It falls for Atkinson, wins it for Melo, and it deflects through to Fanian, whose shot is cleared behind. It's a brilliant block by the defender, and it remains 3-0, but it's an in-swinging delivery. We've already scored from one set piece, and it's into the back post. Pinball in the box, it's footwork galore, and everyone was flying in there, but it's cleared away for a throw-in. It's a matter of time for 4, surely. And Blatchford's rating's gone into the 5s. I know he's not had much service, but when he's got the ball, he's not made much happen. Morgan heads away for the visitors. I keep calling it that. They're the visitors on paper as Jennings gets it into the box. Chance to cross from the left into Blatchford. Kennedy-Williams, the sub, heads away. Healy flicks on. It's out to Jones, the right back. Another chance to recycle it. They've got a little bit of pressure on here. And Butler goes back to Morgan. The last thing they want to do is waste this, as it's out to Such on the left. Through ball to Jennings. He's 1-on-1. It's him at the near post. Zabret was looking arrogant a minute ago, and the complacency's crept in. He's let it in at his near post. A keeper of his standard should be saving that. And Moore's got a throw into Malden. The last thing we want is a grandstand finish. But Melo straight at the other end into the box. And his shots at Davis. It's been a wonderful cup final, and Llantwit are really having a go now. As it's a long ball downfield to Blatchford. He's in 1-on-1. Where's the defence? It's a good save by Zabret this time. And it could have been 3-2. I'm really not sure what's going on here. We have pasted them all game. And suddenly we're going to sleep. Smith puts the corner in. Cook heads away. And we are going to demand a lot more here. Smith's got it on the right for the second time. Trying to take on the fullback. His cross is blocked and Melo clears. And finally we get it away. As Melo picks it up again just a minute later. Finds O'Grady on the left side. He's got 2 up in support, but Williams wins it back. Good challenge. O'Grady keeps it in though. Cleared away by Llantwit and it falls in the centre circle for Cook. Over the top to Melo. He's in 1-on-1. Beats the defender easily and slides it into the far corner. And I'm already thinking ahead to next season. How on earth do we replace Melo? He has been a sublime addition to that front three. And we're really going to miss him when he goes back to Brazil. Blatchford holds the ball up, gives it away to Atkinson though, and Nash gives it to Such, who clears downfield. It'll fall for the right back Moore, and we're keeping it nicely with just 5 minutes to go. Over the top to Fanian, should score but puts it wide, and it looks like the flag was up already. So his blushes from that awful finish are spared. Into stoppage time, they've gone for a front three now, but they're not going to get anything more. It is a 4-1 victory. We get to see the new trophy presentation, so let's go and have a look at it, shall we? We've not got anything on screen. I wonder if it's available. Let's go post-match. Oh, this is cool. We've never seen this before. The tracksuit manager's out. It's a brilliant achievement. And we have won the Nathaniel MG League Cup in Wales. A brilliant moment, and that animation is incredible. Fair play to Football Manager. I absolutely love that. 4-1 the victory. A brilliant achievement. And we have won the League Cup. The first of many bits of silverware in Wales. And we beat TNS to get here. The final may have been easier, but the quarters and semis were brilliant tests. A fantastic achievement for the club. Brilliant to do it at the home of Newport County. And we will go and praise these lads, because that is a moment to remember for this football club. The first of many. There is the confirmation then. We win the trophy. I absolutely adore that trophy presentation. It's so realistic. I cannot praise it highly enough. £10,000 in the bank. It's going to make all the difference. We're back under six figures. That's the main thing. Confirmation that we lift the trophy. The supporters are praising us. The board are praising us. Mello was on fire. I've got to praise him. I'd love to be able to get him back at some point. We'll give him 6 months in Brazil and then see if we can sneak him back over. Because he's too good to not be back playing in Wales, even if it's not for us. The Slovenia boss was watching our keeper. Not sure he'd be pleased with that goal he conceded. 13 reflexes, you'd expect a bit more from him there. But I'm not going to complain. It's a brilliant day at the office. Let's do the press conference on camera, just in case there's anything related to this final performance. So we came up on top against Simon Berry. I'm not really worried about that. Can we build on this? Of course we can. We want to be a real force. Apparently, Bangor have never won the League Cup before. As we mentioned in our intro, they've won the League 3 times, the Welsh Cup 8 times. Never the League Cup though, apparently. Unless it just means in its current form. I can't claim to be a historian on Welsh football. The fans will remember it for years to come. It is brilliant. I am absolutely delighted. We've guided the team to the final and tasted success. But I'm going to say it was a magnificent achievement. Fanian had a pretty torrid time in front of goal, but he played well, so that's the most important thing. Winning trophies gives us the platform. No, we're just getting started. That is the right response. So nothing particularly spectacular there, but the trophy presentation was beautiful, and I'm hoping we'll be seeing that a fair few more times. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. We've drawn second tier Llantwit Town in the 4th round, another sleeping giant at this level. We'll really hope to see them back in the top tier. They are top of the south at the moment. They've got some good players in the side, but they're not probably as strong as us. But I would love to see them back. They've got Daniel Alfie, a former top tier player, played games in the English Football League, for Mansfield, for Swansea, for Northampton, for Pompey. He's got loads of experience. So I'm hoping both us and them will be in the top tier in Wales next year. But we'll skip through that tie for now. Maybe come back if we get a big quarter or semi-final draw. But if not, we'll be back for these 2 games. The Conwy side that we beat 8-1 last time out. The Prestatyn game away from home, the side who last beat us in the league and were brilliant by the way when doing so. And maybe even a youth intake around there as well. Will we get that golden generation? Will it be something to celebrate? We'll find out all that next time. But if you did enjoy this one, that major cup final victory, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think of the transfer news. Tell me how jealous you are about the £1 sale. Certainly something to admire. And let me know what you thought of the trophy presentation. Probably the favourite thing I've seen in FM21 so far. It's so realistic. It's so cool. And I'm hoping we'll see it a fair few more times. If you haven't already, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. Your support has been incredible for the last few days and we'll be continuing with daily FM21 content. This story and the head coach will rotate every day at 3:30 and throughout the beta period for the rest of this week, we'll be live every weekday at 5:30 with our Wigan Athletic live stream series. So please do come along and join the fun if you can. It really does make such a difference and it means an awful lot to me. So thank you for your ongoing support. I'm part of a football podcast which you can check out in the eye above. But a big thanks for watching and supporting me in my first cup final with Bangor. Hopefully there'll be many more and I'll see you next time to find out.